Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. As always, I am George Onyibe. And of course, this morning, like I always say, appealing to the conscience of our people, that they may take heed, pay attention to the message we pass across to them. Peradventure, they will be able to grow to the level of maturity where they can be able to salvage their people from the shenanigan that has been initiated into the system already by certain criminal individuals. And this morning I want us to look at a message I simply titled, 4 Things You Must Know About the Marketplace or the Market Square. And of course, I am talking to the whole world. The world already know the truth. But I'm focusing on Nigerians, my Abo people, my Ika people, my Anyoma people, my Ikwere people, the Bibio, the Efik, and the Anang, everybody in the South, thousands of ethnic groups, I should say, all of you, and in general, my fellow Nigerians. You see, to solve a problem, you should be able to find out the root cause of that problem. The moment you know the root cause of any problem, the problem is 80% solved. The remaining 20% is based on application and acceptance. You heard me right. And so Nigerians today, we are going through a perilous time. A time where one ethnic group will rise up against another ethnic groups through disinformation, blackmail, and character assassination. And they have been able to establish a foundational pillar of distrust, so we fear each other. But who is to be blamed? Our ignorance. And so the sole reason why we are doing what we are doing is to save the ignorant one. It does not matter the ethnic group you come from, because in the end, I can humbly say that all of us are accomplished in this very journey. But only those that can be pardoned are those who realize their mistake and retrace their foot back. You see, some days ago, maybe 3 or 4 days ago, some indigenes of Bile, the riverine area of Rivers State, they were traveling on the coastal line, normal ferry travel. They were kidnapped by pirates, and it was trending everywhere. And ordinarily, it would have been better we say Fulani headsmen kidnap Ijaw people traveling from Bile maybe to Goni Water side or any other side. It would have been convenient. But no, Fulani headsmen don't swim. They don't swim with car. So we know, without the canoe, we can't put that lie. And so who is kidnapping Ijaw people inside water? Who is kidnapping river people inside water? Fulani headsmen or Igbo Biafra unknown gunmen? And so why did I bring it up? And just to tell you that we have all been suffocating each other. And like I always say, we have all been wounded somewhere along the line. We should heal ourselves. There are pirates in the water side there, in the ocean, causing mayhem and havoc. There are unknown gunmen in the southeast, destroying their own people with disinformation, propaganda, kidnapping, and what have you. There are Fulani headsmen from the north, doing what they know how to do best. And of course, across Nigeria, we have been suffocating ourselves. But then, to be able to save ourselves, because all of us has become accomplished, it requires for us to take a pattern that has not been introduced before. Because everybody is acquainted, everybody is well informed. We have all developed defense mechanism. That is why I'm still here today. Because comparing to the pattern of the Igbo Biafrans, by now they would have destroyed me. But I know how they function. That is why I humbly tell them, I am their destiny and I am their doom. As I speak to you, Igbo Biafrans are in my inbox, in and out. telling fellow Igbos, supposedly, leave that man page, leave that man page. But this has been the prayer of my life. If you think you are Igbo Biafra, please leave my page, so we know the few Igbo we can trust, the few Igbo we can work with, and the rest of you can go to hell and burn to blazes, because you are not fit for purpose. That is the truth. I'm trying to create a scenario. Let me digress further. The problem of Nigeria started with Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe. Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe had the privilege of creating a united Africa. Is it a united Nigerian? As a child, we used to call him Zik of Africa. He betrayed Hausa. He betrayed Yoruba. In fact, he antagonized Yoruba and betrayed Hausa. His shenanigan even compromised the most progressive-minded Igbo people we know. People like Akanibian was compromised in the end, ignorantly. People like Chinua Achebe was compromised in the end, ignorantly. People like Professor Ben Wambuizi were compromised in the end. People like Mbazurike Amechi, all of them, but none, Alex Ekwime, all of them were compromised, because somewhere along the line they have to please certain group of criminal-minded Igbo people who call themselves Biafra. And now your ignorance, your arrogancy has led us to a point where we have to upset the balance in order to save the next generation of our people, because you don't care for your people. Igbo Biafra are killing fellow Igbo, raping fellow Igbo, creating baby factories, selling fellow, everything they are doing is killing fellow Igbo people in the name of Nnamdi Kanu. And so if your kind like to kill yourself, we don't like to kill ourselves. It's part of the value system we intend to protect. And so Igbo people, when they emboss you, Igbo man, Igbo woman, they emboss you and say, leave George Onyibe page. Please, leave. Leave. You don't need to stay here. By now, you people should know I control platform that has more than 20 million followers. But they come in different forms and dimensions. And some of them are abandoned for years. You think I'm not in control. I am. We are searching for progressive-minded Nigerians who will save or become agents of salvation to over 1,000 ethnic groups created, destroyed, silenced in the concept of one Nigeria, has introduced by the imperialists in collaboration with our founding fathers. But there are a lot of things you don't know. We are here to tell you those things. And don't think we're expecting you to love us or to hate us. It's entirely your choice. Having said all these things, let us go to the discussion of our topic this morning, which is the marketplace or the market square. I want you to understand that of the truth, when you talk about the market, there is an adage in our place that says, the world is a marketplace. So we come by and we leave. To us, it's an adage. It's more than an adage. There are a lot of truth hidden in this conception, in this idea. When they say the world is a marketplace, that is what I'm here to reveal to you. Indeed, the world is a marketplace. And so it's important, if the world is referred to as a marketplace, you come, you buy, and you go. Where are you coming from? What exactly are you buying? And after buying, where are you going to? Because some people come from their home to the market to buy food stuff they will prepare at home. And when they leave the market, they go back to their home. And then some people come from work to buy some product they will use in the office. And when they leave in office to the market, after buying, they go back home, and vice versa. It is important you understand the implication of this word, because when Africa was invaded, you see what they did. Our ancestors made a terrible mistake. All the things they know, they didn't tell us. They were hiding it. I will not blame them because some of us are not mature enough to handle it. They didn't tell us. I will not blame them because the misuse of this knowledge can destroy one. Imagine little thing we told Nnamdi Kanu. He ran mad. Check, since George Onyibe was chased out of IPOB, where is Nnamdi Kanu? You see, there is a power that shapes our way. Without George Onyibe, there is no Nnamdi Kanu. He was just a broadcaster like me. Lower than me, I should say. Okay, let's continue. And so, if I am telling you 4 things you need to know about the marketplace, the mindset behind this broadcast is to expose Igbo Biafra people. You know, they tell you they are the richest people in Nigeria, they are the richest people in the world, they travel everywhere in the world. This is truth because they understand the principle of the market square or the marketplace. But you don't know. You overlooked it. So let's look at those 4 things before I pass my message to the people of the South. My Abo people, ndị Abo nwa agwọ n'okwu n'uwe gonten. Maka n'ihe anyị rekwu unu aghọtane. Enyele ndị na-ebiele, enyele ndị na-anlọdị ale. Omena ọmụ ọkpana ntereze ndụ do meke kpọkwa o. Kana omena ọmụ ndị ọkpana ntere ndụ ni Prọfesọ Ben Nwabueze tereze ndụ mbazuru ike amechi reze ndụ ndị na-emara ihe wee eziokwu wewe ọtụtụ mewe ndị anyọm ọtụtụ mewele ndị nkenye yowu ndị Igbo nkwu agwọ ọnụ ihe wee eziokwu ndị Igbo wee lechara kedo hụ wee egwu ya atụwe lawe tọnụ onwe ndị ohi mewere ime Facebook wekwụgwọ ụgwọ maka na egwu kigbu we aliwe egwu oge aliwe epu ihe ọwụle yohe ebe na-akpọ m iyi n'ụlọ sinima amara m ihe rime kanela na weto abịala in December ụfara na ghafeni no gwa ndị nkenyi lelelelelele nwene enye ohuri Japan meli amara ihe rimeni ọgwa m na-ejedolo na-ekpọrọ onye neni na-ekpọrọ onye leni ndị na omeni ndị nkenyi ro wee nwe ibu alienyi na-emara ka ya kodo bu enye achini ndị. The first day I suppose ikwu n'okwu nwene nya hụ ekweli n'ihe onye nwene nyere China ragwa nwene re China agwa na nka na amara m ihe meni nno muemu maka ihe nje muemu wo ne wewe gbu imi wewe gbu enya imi hu akwa ihe nje muemu ne onye nwene rishu dara arokotoba na-ele atere maka ndị ọzọ ghara na-anụ ihe nrasụ omeni iwe onye ka iwe onye anyị ọma ịhụ anụ ihe nri ikwu anyị ọcha osimiri ndị okwu agọntị ndị ikwere ndị anụ gọnị ntị ihe nra agwọ nọ maka na ndị Igbo Biafra reji shenye akpatụ makasa o telewe bido ihe. It's been a very long time. And now, what am I trying to say? My apology to those of you who don't understand my language. And I'm sure Igbo Biafra don't understand. But they will claim they understand. But if they understand, let them make use of it. This message is simply for the supposed sub-Igbo group. The Igbo Biafra people have been allowed to manage the market space of all Nigerians. They succeeded. And because this Igbo Biafra control the market square of Nigeria, that is why you will sleep at night buying bag of rice 10,000, and then you wake up in the morning to buy the same bag of rice 40,000. This same Igbo Biafra propagandists will tell you that the incumbent leadership, from president to governor, those in the corridor of power, the senators, are responsible. Even the most brilliant economics of Nigeria, from Akintola William to Alex Otti, and any of them, should I say fucking any of them, know this truth. They don't tell you. The Igbo Biafra has hostage Nigeria. 4 days ago, I bought cement 9,800, which is outrageous, considering the fact that there are a lot of communities in Nigeria where their soil, their natural soil is cement naturally. No application of chemical whatsoever. And many countries in Africa who know nothing about cement buy cheaper than us. And then the next day, in the same project, I went to buy cement. It has added about 98% increase. It is sold for 10,500 to 11,000 naira in Nigeria. A product that is naturally harnessed without effort. We sweat to buy it. And it's convenience we would have been blaming Tinubu. We blame Buhari, what happened? We blame Goodluck Jonathan, what happened? We blame Yar'Adua, what happened? We blamed, we blame, what happened? Now, you need to know. Let's continue. And so, ordinarily, the Igbo Biafra understand how to manipulate the marketplace, the market square. So even though they can be leader in Nigeria, even though they do not control the political arena in Nigeria, but they can decide how every government go. So the failure of every leadership in Nigeria, from PDP to APC to NCC to KKK, whatever political party that has been formed or that will be formed in the future, if you do not control your economic space by dominating the market square, the marketplace, this Igbo Biafra will continue to mesmerize all of us. They are building fortress outside the border. And I know this will threaten them greatly. I am allowing them, watching them. If they don't do, I am here to upset the balance. You know what they will say? Let's kill that guy. He knows too much. Let's just kill him. But don't worry, they can't kill me. They will kill themselves. So, when other ethnic groups in Nigeria relax, the Igbo Biafra took advantage and began to influence all our market space. Today they tell you they are the richest because they control your marketplace. Today they tell you what they will do. They will do it because they control your market square. Anything they want to do, forget about you think you are winning them. As far as you allow them to control this market square, all of you are gone. And so why we are doing what we are doing is because we want this power to be distributed. Let us know those who have power and those who don't have power. Now, going back to the marketplace. Number one, the world is a marketplace, like I've explained to you in my introduction. It's a marketplace. We all come to buy, to sell. American today, do you know the market Americans are selling? They are selling diplomacy. American president, the only thing they can do, irrespective of who is in charge, is to say, Russia, if you don't pull out of Ukraine, we will bomb you. That is their marketplace. Go and check online. America and China, Japan, they are having issue over import and export tariff. And Donald Trump already is threatening them. If you don't reduce the tariff, I will tariff the reduce. That is American market trade. They threaten you, they blackmail you. They release the big boy or the big man. You should understand Hiroshima. But believe me, kingdom rise and kingdom fall. That is their market square. In Nigeria, it's a dicey situation. In Arabian, it's a different ball game. So the world is a marketplace. The Indians are secretly controlling the internet and the medicine. Do you understand what I'm saying? That is what the Indians are doing. It's a marketplace. But let's leave that side without digressing further. So know the world is a marketplace. Number two, if the world is a marketplace, understand that it is the marketplace that controls the universe. And now that brought us home to Nigeria. The popular market days in Nigeria is referred to Eke, Nkwo, Afo, Orie. The Igbo man calls it this way: Eke, Nkwo, Afo, Orie. But where I come from, that has similar dialect with the Igbos, we call it Eke. Instead of Eke, we call it Eke. When it comes to Nkwo, we call it Nkwo. Afo, we call it Afo. Orie, we call it Orie. But the first market day is different. You understand? Okay. But the Igbos claimed that they own that 4 market day, but does not belong to them. You know why I said so? Look at all the Igbo people you know. If you are non-Igbo, you will not see any Igbo man called Okenkwo. Very difficult, few of them. You will not see Igbo man called Okafo. Very difficult. You will not see Igbo man called Okorie. In fact, you can't see any Igbo man called Okorie. But you see, in my family, among my father's siblings, we have Okafo, Okorie, Okenkwo. It's only Okeke we don't normally give our people. And so how can the people who don't answer Okorie, Okafo, as we speak, claim they own the 4 market day? But that is not the purpose of this study, so let's leave it. So if you understand Eke, Nkwo, Afo, Orie, it's 4 market day. This 4 market day is not restricted to the 4 market or market square issue. It represents the 4 cardinal points: the north, the west, the east, and the south. It represents the 4 elements of nature that cannot be produced or replaced or manipulated, which is the 4 elements that governs the universe: the earth, the water, the wind, and the sea. And I would not want to extend this discussion to the zodiac sign. But of course, you already know that we live in a 4-dimensional world. And so as far as the world is concerned, our houses are not built in circle. You can do that out of curiosity, out of the love for cycle. But we live in a 4-dimensional world. The 4-dimensional world practically represents these 4 market days. And so I want you to understand that those who control these 4 market days control this universe. Look at Americans. Do you know how much they are spending to say they are controlling weather? Which weather are they controlling? Which weather? Do you know how many billion that is stored in the name of? And so, whether you're talking about the 4 cardinal points, whether you are talking about the 4 elements of life, whether you're talking about the 4 market days, whatever angle, the 4-dimensional world, those who control these 4 factors control the life, the market square. Number 3, those who control the marketplace or the market square, they are the ones that have authority. And so if you can't control the marketplace or the market square, you don't have authority. I'm a Christian. I read my Bible very well. I am a Berean Christian, I should say. Because when I finish studying, when I'm finished done teaching, I go and ask questions. I go for verification. And that is why the Bible says that the Berean Christians were more noble than the Thessalonican Christians. Because after they hear the gospel, they go for verification. And now let us look at the aspect I say in the number 3 point, that those who control the marketplace controls authority. Let's go to the Bible and look at the case of Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, as you know, his coming was prophesied by so many prophets before his time. But when he came, everything that was said about Jesus Christ that was born in Bethlehem, all of them was an alliance. All of them were okay. They believed him. Those who doubted him stood behind and watching him until he went to the temple in Jerusalem, the feast of Passover. And the Bible recorded there that when he got to the temple on that very day, he saw them turn the house of God into a marketplace. He was not happy. And so he overthrew the tables of the money changer. He made a scourge of whip and overthrew the table of the money changers. He harassed the leaders of the Sanhedrins and the rest of them and say, this place should be called the house of God, but you people have turned it to a den of thieves. As Igbo Biafra people are turning Nigeria and across the world to a den of thieves. because they know the secret behind the market square, which you don't know. Now, we will let you know it. What you do with it is absolutely your problem. And from that very day, people begin to question the authenticity of the Messiah, Jesus Christ. That was what led to his death. Because you understand the role the marketplace has been playing or has started playing even in the house of God. As we have understood the role the marketplace is playing in our lives and the entire Nigeria, that is why we are here. The difference there is that Jesus has died for all of us. Nobody will die for anybody there. So I will not die for you. Igbo people cannot kill me for you. Anyone that want to kill me will kill themselves. Let me tell you about the market square, which they know. And so those who control the market square control your authority. The leaders of the Sanhedrin did not know that what Jesus was doing was not actually against their practices. But Jesus was trying to stop criminals, invaders, like the Igbo Biafra, from taking over the house of God. But they misunderstand him. Most of you are Nyoma people, Ikure people, progressive-minded South people, and entire Nigerians. In fact, even my lovely Igbo brothers, not Igbo Biafra, lovely Igbo Biafras, Igbos, like Onwukwe Nwanzi, and the rest of them. You may misunderstand me, but I tell you, I owe you no apology. It's just unfortunate that your children will thank me on your behalf. It's just unfortunate that in most cases we are both gone before you know the truth. But that will not stop us from saying the truth. And so they killed Jesus, the marketplace. Those who control the marketplace, they control your authority. And now there are so many instances, 4 instances where the market is used in the Bible. The market is referred to a place of authority in the book of Deuteronomy. The market is referred to a place of buying and selling in the book of Ruth. The market is referred to a place of meeting. The book of Nehemiah referred the market as a place of rebuilding. And so you see, all these things encircle everything we labor for, we bleed for, we lived for within the 4 cardinal points. And so if you are listening to me, you are not getting the message. Understand that those who control your marketplace control your authority. Let me break it down a little bit. Or let me expatiate on it. If you think about the marketplace, if you go to Lagos State, we have Nnamdi Azikiwe market. We have Odumegwu Ojukwu market. We have so many Igbo markets in Yoruba land, many Igbo markets in Hausa land, many Igbo markets in so many countries where they are aliens. And ignorantly, these people keep quiet. But I say kudos to Yoruba people. Yoruba people understand it. And you will see recently, Yoruba people started changing every market in Lagos, even street in Lagos bearing Igbo name. They started changing it to Yoruba name. Most of you don't understand. Yoruba have gone ahead of you to see what you have failed to see. When Awusa was falling mugu for Igbo people under Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, Obafemi Awolowo under Yoruba have seen today. So Obafemi Awolowo is the man who saw tomorrow. But my Abo people, my Eka people, Anyoma people, Ikwere people, you need to begin to look at every market in your jurisdiction that is named after Igbo people, whether Igbo Biafra or not Igbo Biafra, and begin to have a rethink. Because if you let them remain that way, they will control, take authority over you. You will not understand. It's a very long discussion, but let's start from somewhere. And so the Yorubas moved on and start changing the name because they discovered that the person who controls your market square has authority over you. Today, there is no Ijaw market in any place in Southeast. Hausa people who also know this truth try to bring out Miati Allah Cattle Breeder Association, Cattle Ranching, Cattle Toronto in the name of Hausa. Igbo people resist it bitterly to this month because they know the truth. But these Igbo people are in my village. They want to do Omego market, Omego shopping mall, Omego in my place. And one idiot will say, oh, I am Agbo man, proudly Igbo. Thunder will fire your father. Another Anyocha will say, oh, I am Anyocha man, proudly Igbo. You are Shawo Pekin. And then another Ndokwama say, see, I'm Ndokwama, I'm proudly Igbo. You are a baby factory. And then another one will come, oh, I am Osimilima, proudly Igbo. My guy, you are a product of kidnapper. Tofiakwa. Because not until we see Agbo market in Onitsha. My brother, maybe you understand it. Let me stop there. I will go in depth later because it's a very long journey. So those who control your market square, your marketplace, they have authority over you. And so while Igbo people are in your community, they collect your money, everything you have, they sell it back to you. Go to Agbo, go to any community where you see Igbo people. By the time they spend 10 years there, they have started buying your family property. They don't come with money, but they buy everything and then buy you including. They are not Superman. I knew this secret. Now let me tell you how it works. I stayed in Lagos for 11 years. I had my achievement, my success recorded. But for some reason, as a result of work, I relocated to Port Harcourt then. And in 3 years in Port Harcourt, what I could make 3 years in Port Harcourt, I couldn't achieve it 11 years in Lagos. And I see Port Harcourt is a fertile place for me. But everywhere is fertile. It depends on the information at your disposal at any particular given time. If you are not confronted by enemy, you will excel even in the dustbin, even in the toilet. That is why my people say, Ihahunuki Orado. Today I have to beg some of you. Today I have to depend some of you to survive. I have seen Uki. But it's not going to be a very long time. It's a temporal issue. And this is because I have the full knowledge, the vital information regarding the market square. When I came, my company in Lagos, belonging to Poland, transferred me to Rivers State. That should be 1998. It was like a testing ground. I was with a shoe, a slippers, a pair of trousers, a pair of short knicker, 3 pair of shirts, and my small handy bag. But do you know 2 years later, what I have in Port Harcourt is so amazing. It's amazing. That is how Igbo people function. What Chinese people, Japan people, they come to Nigeria with pen and paper, with nylon bag. Chinese, Japan, China, all these Korea people, Lebanon, they don't bring wealth to Nigeria. They come with nylon bag. When they are going, they have bought half of Port Harcourt, half of Nigeria. Igbo people know this truth. But it's okay, everybody must know this truth. But the purpose of these brokers is to tell you how to checkmate them. So when they are coming to make money, they should make money and go without taking your property. That is where you become a bad person. If you know what they know, you will say you are a bad person. So the person who controls your market square controls your authority. And so when you come everywhere, while Igbo people are penetrating, opening market, this Igbo Biafra, opening market everywhere, they are creating their king side by side. The thing is for fun. Let me leave it there and go to the fourth one so that I will not waste time. Those who control your marketplace, they control your gateway. And so by the time they have established this market, they will decide who buy from you as indigene or who sell to you as indigene. They hijack the market. My brother came from China this December. Before he came, for the past, let's say since COVID-19, you will know I'm talking of him. Let's say since COVID-19, he has been sending different goods to Nigeria. Ranging from electronics, so many goods, power bike, expensive cars, inverters, ties. He's been sending many things. But because of trust issue, he was not selling it. He built a warehouse and was packing it. He came this December. He opened the warehouse. He wanted to sell it. In Abo, he couldn't sell it. The few Abo people he brought to help him, all of them were more greedy than Wolf. He has no option to go down to the Igbo man. The Igbo man he brought to come and help him condemn everything. And now TVs that are sold for almost 1.2 million. They are pricing it 10,000, 20,000. Igbo people. My people can't even buy it. And that reminds me, you want to buy any electronics product, inbox me. I will link you to where you can buy them. Because they control our marketplace already. So once you call one Igbo man to come and buy, they will decide how to. Let me break it down a little bit so that you understand. There was a time when I followed Igbo Biafra people arrested by the DSS. I had a bus, Cello 300, that I was using to convey my goods from one selling point to another. And before I came back, the car was almost decaying. And the money to fix it, it's better I sell it and get another one. So I decided to sell it, scrap it. And I put it for sale. One Igbo man saw it and then called me. How much do you want to sell it? I said 1 million, for instance. He said, okay. Last price, I said 1 million. He said, I will get back to you. They mobilized and gang up together. They were sitting in one place and calling me. Oh, God, see this number. How much you go sell? I say 1 million. I say, no, that thing is 600,000. I say, no, 1 million. And then the next minute, another person, oh, God, see this number. How much you want to sell it? I say 1 million. He said, no, 200,000. That is how they price it to 30,000. And I have no option to call the one that want to buy 1 million. And by the time I begin to call the one that want to buy 1 million, you will see that that number is not reachable enough. After some days, I will say, okay, let me call the one that will buy it 800,000. The one that will buy 800,000 will say he has used the money and has inspected the car, and what he can pay is 500,000. My brother, they will frustrate you. Do you know why I was able to sell that vehicle at the end? The price they were pricing it, all of them Igbo people. I later discovered that they were a group of the same people. It was one of them who is a normal Igbo, not Igbo Biafra, that told me all these people, all of us are the same thing. If you know how much you want to sell it that way. They are the same group of people. They have group. This is the group you don't have. And this is the group we are planning to set up for our people in the coming days. I say, hey. So one of them come, he said, how much you want to sell now? I say, it's 1 million last. He said, too much now. I said, I don't go with the motor. Now, 3,700 kg. Check 500 times 3,500 kg. I think it's more than what you are pricing it. So don't worry. I will call Aboki to come and booker it. Let's weigh the motor based on iron per square meter. Per kg. That is when they rush and come and buy it. Makanonya money he be money. Those who control your marketplace control your gateway. Now, let's talk about that word gateway. As a child, opening up to Nigerian business setting, I begin to hear names like Church Gate, Bishop Gate, Bill Gate. Many companies shred the misery. Their names always have gates. And I told my uncle that brought me to Lagos then, I said, this Bishop Gate, Church Gate, this gate. And a person, they answer gate. I was still young then. He said, any name you see that have gate is a group of individuals that control economic empire. Go and look at the owner of Bishop Gate. It will shock you. It is church. Church. One church, I will not mention their name. They have business empire. This business empire had been there right from the era of slave trade. This church was involved in slave trade. And when slave era or slave was abolished, they begin to invest into many things, importation and export. It's a church. 99.9% of these church members don't know what they are. I don't do Arabaskundurubo. They don't know what they are doing. Are they my concern? You ought to be Mugu. Be Mugu. It's a place of authority. The gate is a place of authority. Anybody controlling the marketplace, square in your place, they have authority over you. And so to bring these broadcasts to an end in a non-share, what I'm trying to say is every ethnic group in Nigeria, go back and visit the market in your village. If it is dominated by non-indigenous, don't chase them away. Because your people cannot sustain it. But like the Yoruba, create an atmosphere where you control that market. Because the market is not an ordinary place. The market is a gate between the physical and the spiritual. The market is the entrance through which demons can come in, angels can come in, human beings can come in, reptilians can come in. Every creature known to man, the marketplace is the access point. It must be controlled by your people. Make the law that governs that market. And so I'm telling you to control your economic space by reviewing your market setting. Go to your villages. Go and find out how markets are set up. You will see it more beneath that the eye can see. And maybe in another topic, I will tell you how a market is introduced. But that is the exchange point. It has different definition, biologically, scientifically, socially, metaphorically, religiously. The marketplace has so many definitions. And maybe in the coming days, I may have to explain to you further so that you know. But make we not talk too much. If you listen to me irrespective of where you come from, go your village, find out the name of the market. Or the name of the market. Any market where they your place, we know the answer on our name. Make on our change and to our name or else no they sell the destiny of our unborn children and the next generation of our people. And any market where they your place, where no be they control. Forget about who they control. You must give them terms and conditions. Make on no forget the colonial master they came here. They came as trader, market people. Royal Niger Company were the owner of Nigeria. They stole Nigeria from us because they are doing business with us. We did not document have any documented agreement. All of a sudden, they then get Nigeria. Royal Niger Company get Nigeria. People where they look for palm oil to buy can't own Nigeria. My brother, that is why Igbo man, Igbo Biafra man that live in a barren land. Their land is barren. I'm saying this now so that all of you Igbo people live here so that I can disgrace you very well. Their land is barren. They chop coconut. Their land can't grow coconut. If you see coconut anywhere in Igbo land, snap it and send to me. Bring the location. I will give you 1 million naira cash. Cash. Because I'll have to see it. But this Igbo man will tell you the history of coconut. Yoruba people can grow coconut overnight. It will grow overnight. It will mature that night. They will harvest it that night. Igbo man chop it. But Igbo man tell you history of coconut. 4 kola nut, 7 kola nut, 30 kola nut, Pofiakwa. Their arrogancy is getting out of hand. And the concern now is that it is endangering the future of our next generation. I will leave this message here. If you understand, you understand. If you don't understand, no problem. And if it's against you, please drop your insult on my comment section. Let me go now and attend to those on my comment section before I bring the broadcast to an end. I see Daniel Onwara. I say, good morning, sir. Biafra, the bingo, now understand when we say we go nowhere. Daniel Onwara, they don't know. They don't know. One man in Enyangwere Kojelu Engo. I thought that's how they go anywhere. It's not easy for me to buy data. They've increased the price of data. It's not easy. But my brother, I'd rather go hungry that day than to allow these Igbo Biafra people to sell the next generation of my people. I will not allow them. Thank you so much, Daniel.